today. I've been teaching the California real estate exam today, and we've got it down to a 2-day course. So if you want to pass the real estate licensing class, make sure you give me a call, and make sure you call me directly or my administrator, Arlene, because Arlene and I work together. And I'm finding out that a lot of people are actually finding my videos online, which is great. And I'm here to help you pass the real estate exam. But today, somebody asked me by special request, should I get my real estate license? I passed the real estate, I passed the MLO license, and I just don't know if I want to take the real estate test too. Hi, how you doing? Thank you for joining. And so they asked me, should I get both? I took the MLO one, should I get the real estate one? And the answer is absolutely. People constantly ask me, how is it that you are able to, I'm reading everything it's telling me. It's actually telling me when I'm telling you guys what I'm going to talk about today. And so somebody got their MLO license to be a loan officer, but they did not get their real estate license. And the point of the matter is having your real estate license, and my sister's going to call me and bust through my YouTube channel. Anyway, so I guess I should put it on airplane mode when I'm going to do the, hi you guys, thank you for joining. So here's the thing. I'm trying to stick to the subject. Subject is, I have my MLO license. Should I get my real estate license? Absolutely, the answer is yes. Because if you have your MLO license, but you don't have your real estate license, you have to work for a mortgage company that will allow you to work for them under the Department of Innovation and Finance. And if you work for a company under the Department of Innovation and Finance, most of those companies will want you full-time, where you come in and you're there not from 9 to 5. Some of these people work, some of these loan officers work at offices where they work literally at 7 in the morning to 7 at night. And I never had to work at one of those. I've always worked at a brokerage. And when you work at a brokerage, you have to have your real estate license. Now let me show you the differences. So it depends on the company you work for. But if you work at a company that advertises and they're under the Department of Innovation and Finance, then they expect you to come in at least from 8 to 5. They're going to be advertising. They're going to pay you salary or hourly. So I don't know how much the salary would be, but usually the hourly is only $15, maybe $18 an hour. So you're making $15 to $18 an hour. And so you have a paycheck no matter what. But when you close your transaction, you're going to get paid somewhere. Now, I was shocked to find out that one of the guys that I work with, or that I actually helped him get his real estate license, he was working at a place that would give him $100 a file. And after you do a certain amount of files, you increase it to $200 a file, and you're getting $15 an hour. Well, the thing is how much do you have self-confidence in yourself? Because if you believe in yourself and you know that you can go out and drum up business on your own, if you get business on your own, you'll have your real estate license and you'll work at a brokerage. And that's what I do. I work at a brokerage and I bring in the loans myself. So I go out and I meet with real estate agents and I meet with people out in the field and I bring in the deal. So by bringing in the deal, I get a higher percentage on my loan. So instead of getting like $100 or $400 per file, and instead of sitting in the office all the time answering the phone and being an order taker, okay, I get a higher percentage on my file. So most of my files, instead of doing a loan and getting paid hourly and getting $100 to $400 a file, I don't get paid hourly. I don't get a salary. So I don't get anything if I don't bring in the deal. But if I bring in the deal, I get something like $7,000 a file instead of $100 a file. So wouldn't you rather do 2 or 3 files at $7,000 a file than 50 files for $100 a file? So it all depends on what kind of company you want to work at, and if you can bring in the business yourself, or if you're going to work at a company that's going to bring in the deals for you and you're going to be more of an order taker. Excuse me, I have dinner in my mouth because I said I was going to do this after dinner. And so that way, it's a difference in how much money you make and how you work in the business. The other thing is people always ask me, can I be a loan officer and a real estate agent at the same time? And I know I've said this many times on the videos, but I'm going to explain it more clearly. That is my dog playing in the drapes. I don't know why he just did that. But anyway, okay, so this is how it works. If you know how to do one and you master it, then yes, of course, do the other. So what I did was I was a processor first. So I knew the loan process from the very beginning to the very end before I became a loan officer. So loan officers who used to be processors know exactly what needs to be done, and they know how to discuss things with the underwriter to make sure the file gets done. But if you've never been a processor and you don't know the process, but yet you get your MLO license and you're told to take phone calls and type it in, then you're not going to know the in-depth part about how you can work with an underwriter to push a deal through. So for instance, like most people say, okay, if I have a veteran, on a veteran I can only go to like 45% debt ratio. Well, that's not true, because with a veteran, they also look at this thing called the residual income. And the residual income is based on how many people are going to live in the household and how much money will you have left after you pay all your bills. And so they have a chart. And if you're going to have more than a certain amount of money, they'll allow the veteran to get the loan, even though they have a high debt ratio, meaning how much money they make and how much money goes out is a high percentage. So I don't know, Casey doesn't really watch my videos because he's one of my students that's just about to get his real estate license. And he's busy right now flipping his condo that he got. And he got it with a really high debt ratio because I knew how to talk to the underwriter and push the deal through. So if you used to process and then you become, so if you take baby steps, you learn the process instead of throwing yourself into a position that you really shouldn't be in because they just want to use you. And I hate to say it like that, but those big mortgage companies, that's what they do. They want to take the young people, get them licensed, and have them do a part of the business. So because if you know everything, then you don't need them. So they give you enough to make enough money to make yourself happy. But what happens is if you're an order taker at one of those places, on a refi boom, so refinances are happening and you're getting deals. But now, and I told all my students this when they were getting their license, if you're doing the refi boom stuff, you really need to cultivate and work with real estate agents so that you can bring deals in. Now, I know one of the questions is also, well, if I work at a brokerage and I have my loan license and my real estate license, can I do the real estate side too? And the answer is absolutely. But make sure that if you learn how to do the loan part, that you know how to do the loan part good enough so that when you bring in a buyer, you know that buyer's qualified and you know how to show them homes. And so I'm going to be doing a course. I don't know when I'm going to do it because right now I'm doing cram courses every single weekend for real estate. But I have some loan cram course people that want me to do a loan cram course for them. So we're going to see when I can fit that in. But I'm also going to do one called transactions, that you work with the buyer, you understand every step of the way to work with a buyer so that you're not going out into the field showing houses all the time. And because when you have a buyer and you know what they're looking for, you should be able, if they're not a crazy buyer, you should be able to get them a house or home, their first home, the second time out. When you're working with a seller, you should be able to work with them and know the correct price, because if the price is right, the house will sell. So there's so much to know about this business that when people say they want to do both, make sure you know enough about both so that you can get the deal done. Because sometimes what happens is somebody will think they know how to do the loan and they'll think their client's qualified and they'll go look for a home, and then the whole thing will fall apart because they really didn't know enough about each side to get the deal done. So isn't it better, if you're new, to take baby steps and learn the whole thing so that when you're into the business and you're doing well, everything's going like a well-oiled machine? Does that make sense? So if you're going to do both, the main thing you have to know about doing both is there's two things you have to know. Number one, you cannot do FHA and VA if you're representing the buyer. You cannot do the loan on government loans. But if you're doing conforming, you're allowed to do the loan and represent the buyer. However, it's going to depend on the lender that you put the deal through. So if you're working for a broker, you're going to talk to the lenders that you use and ask them, if I represent my buyer, can I do their loan too? And if they say no, then just don't put the loan through that company. And so that's really, really important. And there was something else I was going to tell you about the same thing. Oh, the other thing is make sure your company that you work for will allow you to do both. Because if you have your real estate license and you put it with a large company like, say, Keller Williams, Century 21, Remax, Compass, I don't know, Prudential, all those big companies want you as a licensed real estate agent to sell real estate. Okay, that's your job, to sell real estate, not to, God, I don't know if I want to give you something that's really cool. Hi, Sade. So anyways, if you're gonna, work for a real estate company, they want you to work for a real estate company. They don't want you to do the loans too. Okay. And most of those companies are not connected to a mortgage company. So like the bigger real estate companies don't have a little mortgage company connected to them. Now, some of them do, but the ones that have a mortgage company connected to them, they have loan officers there to support their real estate agents. They want them to stay separate. If you want to do both and you want to make all the money, you're going to take your exam on 2/4. You've been watching my videos. Are you signed up for my Crown course? Because the Crown course is this weekend, and I just did one. I finished one today. So the Crown course so far, my own Crown course since I've left Real Estate Trainers, my own Crown course is not word association. It's not really even a Crown course. It's more of a tutoring. So I'm tutoring you for 16 hours. If you had to pay me $100 an hour to tutor you for 16 hours, that would be $1,600. The class is not $1,600, it's $210. And it's all weekend, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. And I'm going to be doing it. No, I want to sign up. You can, oh wait, I want to sign up. I want to do real estate and MLOs. Okay, so let me explain something. If you're going to take your real estate test, get your real estate license and get your feet wet. And real estate is much easier than being a loan officer. Some real estate agents may not think so, but take my class and I'll teach you the differences. And I will show you that you have to know your numbers. You have to know all the loan programs. You have to be up on all the down payment assistant programs. There's a lot of stuff to know as a loan officer. As a real estate agent, you just have to know and scam out what areas your clients are looking for. So when I have a client that's looking in a specific area, I'm going to make sure I learn that whole area and I know which properties have mellow roofs. Yes, I'm going to sign in. You're located in Palm Springs. If you're in Palm Springs, young lady, nobody's staying at my house this weekend, and you had to take the Crown course this weekend live, you can go on and sign up for it, and you can stay in my guest room over the weekend if you want. Nobody else has grabbed it yet. So you sign up for my Crown course. This is not even why I'm on here tonight. But you can sign up for the Crown course at, I believe it's SS Butler. If you text me, I can send you a copy of the website where you go on, and it's a learning app where you go on there and you sign up for the class. And then we send you the booklet and we send you the link. If you want to be in person, we still have room in person. And if you want to be in person, you can come down to Brea, California. From Palm Springs, I'm about 2.5 hours. Depends on how fast you drive. And you'll be here all weekend. And I'm going to do it again next weekend. And so I have one guest room right now because I have a spare room. And I have a full house. You have to like dogs. Okay. So anyway, like I said, if you're going to do both real estate and loans, you have to make sure. Hi, everybody. Aren't you supposed to be out on dates or something? I'm just kidding. So if you want to do both, you can do both. It says, okay, going to text you. Text me, and when I get off, I'll read your text. Okay. I'm going to say my phone number because I say it all the time anyways. It's 714-745-6348. So that's 714-745-6348. So I have a house full of guys. I live by a college, and I rent rooms to college students. So I have a really great group of people that live with me. It's super fun. And 2 dogs. So people go, you're crazy for letting people hang out with you. You know what? If somebody's coming from far away and they want to take my class live, I have a spare room. What am I supposed to? I didn't used to, but one of my college kids moved out. So anyway, let's get back to the show here. So the show, or not the show, but what we're talking about is having your real estate license and your loan license at the same time. So what I was going to tell you is the large companies will not usually let you do both because they want you to focus. Okay. The smaller companies like my company, I I thought I was semi-retired and I was just playing with YouTube and pushing you guys forward and motivating you. And then my brother passed away. And he passed away late November. And I had a choice. I could keep the mortgage company going where my mortgage license is, or I could just shut it down. And because I train so many real estate agents and I want to make sure I know that their loan is going to get done and I can rely on the people that are doing it, I made the decision to keep the mortgage company going because I have a great team of guys. I have Dan, I have Tim, I have Tom, and then I have Tina. And all of us have been in the business. I'm not even kidding you. All of us have been doing loans together for over 35 years. So we all work tight together. And so I decided, you know what? We only lost one person, my brother, and he was amazing, but we have and we are able to keep going with, I hate to say without him, it's a lot harder, but we are. So because we're a small company and we have people who are licensed to be real estate agents and licensed to be mortgage people, the mortgage people do loans for all kinds of real estate agents. So we don't want to step on our real estate agents' toes. The people who are licensed at our company that are real estate agents are in training to become real estate agents. So it really just depends on what company you work for and what company will let you do which way you want to go. But if you go to a larger company, they're probably not going to let you do both the loans and the real estate. So you're going to have to pick one or the other. So if you have any questions for me regarding how to get your license, make sure that you do know with the real estate, you have to take 3 classes and it takes time to take the 3 classes. Once you get the 3 classes done, you send in your certificates to the Department of Real Estate. The Department of Real Estate gives you your test date. Once you get your test date, then you can take your test, and usually you're going to take a cram course. Don't try to go in there and take the test without any help. Ask anybody who's taken the test. But the test is easy if you know the materials, okay? As for the mortgage license, it's only 1 weekend class. It's 20 hours. After you take the 20-hour class, you go ahead and you take an exam that's really hard. You have to pass it with a 75%. And if you don't pass it, you have to wait 30 days. If you don't pass it again, 30 days. And if you don't pass it the 3rd time, you have to wait 6 months. Whereas with the real estate test, if you don't pass it, you can go the next day and take it again. So it's a little harder on the testing for the mortgage side, and the work is a little harder. But if you have both licenses, think of it this way. Let's say you try and you're working at the mortgage industry and interest rates go up and it's harder to get refinances. Well, if you have your real estate license, now you can kind of turn and do some real estate transactions, right? And you can go to your old people that you did mortgages for and you say, hey, do you know anybody that's thinking about buying? And you can help them find homes. So if you can make yourself so versatile that you can keep working, you're never going to have a time when you're worried about money. So if you have any questions about real estate, if you have any questions about what kind of loans are out there and what you should do with your real estate career, I have all kinds of ideas to keep you going. And I have kind of a secret thing I'm doing. Hello. Yes, that's my plan. You got a plan. As long as you have a plan, that's good. You got to write down your plan and you got to do your plan. The whole problem is a lot of people don't. I want to keep going with both. Yeah, get them under your belt. The other thing you want to get under your belt while you're getting that under your belt, because it's really easy, is your notary license. Notary license is 1 day and a test. It's got a lot of paperwork, but once you have that, if you're in an office where people need a notary, you can turn around and help them and still make some money that way. So you should always have 3 different streams of income coming in. So if you're a real estate agent or a loan officer, you want to see which ways you do best about bringing in business. So I want to help you guys. I want to push you forward in your real estate and mortgage career. And if you have any questions about investing and flipping, I also have flipped homes. I have flipped just about everything that you can think about flipping. I started when I was 14 and a half flipping my cars. I'd buy a car and fix it up. Yes, I actually fixed it up. My dad and I took auto body classes and we fixed up cars. We bought them for $800 and we sold them for $1,500. That's not that bad, right? It says, with the test, do you offer the cram course virtually? Yes. You can, if you want to take the cram course virtually, and you don't want to come hang out with me, you can do that. You can go to the website, you pay for the class, and then Arlene, my administrator, she checks it all the way up until starting the class. We send you out a booklet. It's about 61 or 63 pages. And we send you out the booklet. You have to print the booklet. Okay, so before tomorrow, you got to print at least the first 32 pages. So we do 30 to 32 pages a day. Yes. And what I like my students to do is study those first 30 pages, highlight and take notes. And then on the day of the class, I go through everything and I add more notes and I make sure you understand everything and I answer all your questions. And we go through it as if you're learning it for the first time, and I'm tutoring and making sure you understand it. That way, when you take the test, it's not just word association. It's like, what did Sharon say about this and how does that work? So I want to help you pass a test. I'm not like those other places. There's so many places out there that all they care about is your money and they don't want you to look at anybody else's material. Now, I want to say something about not looking at anybody else's material. I know whose material is current and whose material is not current. I know that I'm one of the only, and I can probably say I am the only person on YouTube that teaches you how to pass a real estate test, that when you call my phone number, you're going to talk to me. I'm going to talk to you about your problems with the real estate test. I'm going to analyze what you have to do to pass the real estate test, and I'm going to get you past the real estate test. Are you going back to real estate trainers? Why do you ask? I don't think so, because if real estate trainers wanted me back, they'd have to give me a percentage of the company, and that's probably not going to happen, because you know what? I was bringing them people from YouTube. I was bringing them people to their classes, and they basically stabbed me in the back. So once somebody stabs somebody in the back, is it worth giving them a second try? I mean, I called them, I texted them, I emailed them, and they didn't respond. I took classes there with you. Oh, so cool. And you love my classes. My classes are now in Brea, California. So I'm not that far away if you want to come to Brea, California. I'm going to be doing, I got my license. What do I do? That's my class. They don't offer that. When are you going to have the next MLO cram course? When are you going to take your test? On the 19th? Make sure you use the refresher book. I'm actually going to rewrite the refresher book, and I'm going to pull out all the information that you need to know for the cram. I have some people that want me to do the MLO. You're doing it the 19th. That's like around the corner. Text me and we'll figure out what we can do. Maybe I can send you some hidden videos. It says, I would love to know when you are doing the MLO course. You want to sign up. So wait, are you a different person? So if I have two of you, I can, so I did work with some people where I tutored 3 people at one time. So usually if I have two or three people, I can do you guys together. It says, I passed my real estate test in December. Congratulations with my videos. Congratulations. Yes, I don't do the 20-hour MLO right now. Where can I buy your book? Oh, I don't have my book ready yet for the MLO one. Are you talking about the MLO book? Always text me, you guys. Always text me and ask me, because sometimes I give out free stuff. And I heard that somebody was selling my videos, and they were selling bootlegged videos that they videotaped while I was teaching the class. And it's like, they sold them for like $120. And unfortunately, if the person would have just called me directly, what they got for $120, they would have got for free from me. So I put my phone number up here already. Alexandria, yeah, just call me or text me. And I'll help you guys get your MLO and your real estate tests passed, so you don't have to worry about it. But like I was saying, and I wanted to mention, is it cracks me up that people are not intimidated by me, that are worried that I'm going to take business from them. Because quite honestly, if we all share and we all help you guys will all pass a test. There's no reason for you to be taking more materials than you need to take. And honestly speaking, my stuff is so current, it's ridiculous, because I constantly coach people. And as I'm coaching them, they're usually people who come to me after they've tried to pass the test several times. I don't know why they don't come to me first, but I don't know what they're studying before they come to me. And so when they've taken the test 4 to 6 times and they finally call me, they tell me everything that they remember that's on the test. And it's not because they want to be telling on, what's on the real estate test. It's because they're like, okay, I didn't understand this question. So like when I get off of YouTube right now, I have a young lady who went through a special thing that she got from the DRE. She got a book. There's a book that you can download from the DRE website that has questions and answers. And she said that she talked to the guy for a long time. And you know what? I'm going to look at what he gave her. And that will update me on anything that I need to help my students pass. So right now, as of today, I've taught my own real estate tutoring class. I don't know why he's barking. Somebody's here. So see, my dog protects me. He just tripped. Anyway, so I have people that are showing me things that they've seen, and I'm helping them learn. And I don't see, I wouldn't say don't go to Prep Agent or don't go to whichever other one you're watching. I don't say don't do that, but I say make sure that you're buying and studying current materials. That's a big deal, because one of the girls I talked to today, she said that she bought some materials from, I believe it was the Real Estate Institute, Blair Black. Now, all respect to Blair Black, I want to say was an awesome man. I don't know if he's still alive. It says, what's the difference and the benefits between getting a mortgage broker's license and an MLO? Well, a mortgage broker's license and an MLO are the same license. What is the difference between the benefit between getting a mortgage broker's license? It says mortgage broker license and MLO. An MLO is a mortgage loan officer, so you're not the broker of the office. Okay. There's enough money for deals for everybody. Yeah, there's tons of money out there, you guys. Think about this. Okay, I'm going to give you something because there's 11 of you online, and I know much more people are going to watch this, and I really want you to be successful. And so share my name and my information too, because I want to make sure that people take my cram course, because it's not just a cram course. You're learning about the business, and you're learning how to pass the test and then what to do afterwards. And because you guys, thousands and thousands and thousands of people pass, and only hundreds of them stay in the business. And that's because nobody teaches you how to do things. But the other reason is we do teach you. But I can lead you to the water. I can't force you to drink. Okay? Says, I'm happy I found your videos. I'm so happy you did too. And let me know if you have any other videos you need, because I have, I say this, and then sometimes I don't have locked videos, but I do have some locked videos that I don't share. And that's because I don't want to get in trouble, because some of the things I have are things that people feel are theirs, even though they're not theirs. So, you can't own the state. Okay, so let's say, yes, I'm glad. Yeah, text me afterwards. Okay, so let me explain this to you in case you don't understand it. Is, the Department of Real Estate comes up with these questions and answers. There's over 9,000 of them, okay? And if there's 9,000 test questions and answers, do you recommend licensing as an MLO or a broker's license? Okay, you keep asking. I think you're the same person who's going, do I have an MLO license or a broker's license? Okay, let's get this really clear. And then I'm going to go back to what I was talking about, because I know certain people watch me, and I want to make sure they understand what I'm saying. Okay, so there's the MLO license. That's where you take a 20-hour class and you pass the National Mortgage Licensing Test. Now you have to have a brokerage or a broker to work under. So the mortgage broker you work under is the same license as if you're a real estate agent and you have a real estate license and you're under a real estate broker. So there's one broker license, okay? And a broker can be a broker of a mortgage company or a broker of a real estate company. There's not two separate broker type licenses, okay? Now, if you have your MLO license, you have to work under a broker. If you have your real estate sales license, you have to work under a broker. If you've had your sales license for 2 years and you worked full time, then you can go and apply to get your broker's license after taking the classes. There's 5 additional classes you have to take, okay? Now there's other rules, like if you have a master's degree in real estate, then you don't have to wait the 2 years. So there's all these different quirky things that you need to know to get your license. And it's interesting because some people don't read all the information, and they have a master's degree and they might have a few classes in real estate, and they didn't have to wait the 2 years to get their broker's license. And the other thing I think is interesting is sales agents who've been sales agents for 20 years, but they don't have a broker's license. Okay, so now we're going to talk about, somebody asked me if I was going back to real estate trainers. I would love to go to real estate trainers. Unfortunately, the way that they very unprofessionally told me that I was suspended made it so it's impossible to mend those things because, you know, I guess time heals everything. But when somebody sends you an email and tells you to respond and you respond and they don't respond, and when you bring them business and they tell you you're taking business away from them, then, and they don't understand that even the people who are telling them, maybe even somebody who works at their office, is telling them that I'm hurting them when that person in the office asked me to go start a real estate company with her. So, a real estate school with her. Oh, we should go start our own school together. So, there is so many backstabbing things going on and so much drama going on at companies that it's just not worth the time or the effort to try to save it. So when you're at a company that has drama, just leave. Because I worked at a company a long time ago where one of the girls told the other girl that she was stealing stamps. And then that girl told me that she was stealing stamps, and everybody thought each other was stealing stamps. And all this big drama got over about stupid stealing stamps. And it just made the whole office not very comfortable to work at. So whenever there's bad attitudes or bad things, you got to get rid of it. Great, thank you. You're welcome. So I know you're thanking me because you're the person asking me about the brokerage. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, because you were asking me about the broker thing, but now I got to read this really fast. What are the things new to real estate agents should look for when choosing a brokerage to work for? Okay, that's a good question. And that's in my class. I got my license. What do I do? But I'm going to tell you the best piece of nugget, okay? The best thing that you can do when you interview, and it was funny because in this, I wanted to try to do this every Friday, but after my brother passed away and I'm running his company and I'm running a training company for real estate agents, and I'm doing all kinds of stuff trying to figure out what goes where. I just haven't had time to be live all the time. And I love that you guys are all joining me. Maybe I'll do it late on Friday night because I thought you guys would all be out on dates or something. So the best nugget is ask the broker that you're interviewing. So make sure you're asking them questions. Ask them how involved they are with the California Association of Realtors. Ask them how involved anybody in their office is. Because if you're involved with the association, you're going to know what's happening all the time with the new contracts and with the new buyer's contract. And you're going to know, where the business is coming from. And you're going to be able to go to all those meetings. And as a member of CAR, you can go to the meetings. The next meeting, so to be a member, you have to pass your test, join a broker, join a board that the broker is with. Once you join the board, you're going to be a CAR member. So when you pay your local dues, you'll also pay for CAR and NAR, which is your national association. And then you can go to the meetings and hear what's going on. The reason you want a broker that's involved in that is because you're going to know 4 to 6 months ahead of time what's going to happen. So being involved, I'm a director on CAR because I am an upcoming president. Let's say my name is Joseph. Hi, Joseph. And I am just letting you know you got, oh God, I missed it. You passed. I saw that you passed. I hope it pops up again. Did you pass because of me? I love it. Wait, are you Joseph that just passed and won the t-shirt? Because I know in my classes I raffle off t-shirts and I got to send it still because I just got over COVID. I need to test again tonight before I teach tomorrow. But I think as of this morning, I felt 1,000% better. Yes, that's you. Okay, I'm going to get the shirt out, but I was supposed to get it out so that when you took your test, that on the back of your shirt, it said the butler did it. So maybe we can meet up and I can just give you your shirt. You're only in Escondido. Are you ever in Orange County? I'm so glad you're online. Congratulations. Because you just took my Crown course last weekend, right? Now, I want to ask you a question. Did you study anybody else's material besides mine? Can you answer that one? Because you're one of, I have a group right now. We're at about 70 people who have taken my class since I started my school, which was only about 3 weeks ago. And all they're studying is my stuff. And congratulations, Joseph. So she's saying congratulations too. But Joseph, what else did you study? Let us know because we want to know. And is there anything that I missed? So let me know. No, I was nervous. And I know what to do. I took your class and I was I was your last resort and I passed. That's so cute. That's so cool. Yay. So I try to get on here as much as I can, and it's super fun to be on here on Friday nights. But I forgot, I think it was last Friday night I was sick. I got COVID right before New Year's because I was going to have a New Year's Eve party. So some of you thought I had the New Year's Eve party and you missed it. A prep agent out of date for the prep. Is prep agent out of date for the prep exam? Okay. I don't know. I can't tell you yes and I can't tell you no. All I know is that prep agent knows that obviously he knows I'm around because they're saying my name all over the place. And I don't know why he doesn't want you to watch my videos or he doesn't want you guys to share my information, because my information is literally like so current. I had somebody that did not know me and went and took the test. She got a 67. She and I are getting together and we're going over questions that she saw on the exam. And the reason I'm doing that is not to get the questions, but to help her understand how to answer the questions. So what I do with people who take my cram course is we keep track of when you take the test and how many times you've taken our class. And some people are taking my class 2 or 3 times and then they're taking the test. So they're making sure that they understand the material completely, because everything that I'm teaching them is on your exam. Now, the other thing I'm going to do for you guys, and it's going to be free. I just have to have the time to do it. And I just got over being sick, so I am going to do it. And I'm going to go through the principles book. I have 3 separate principles book. I have one from Mount Sac, a college. I have one from, I don't even know where it came from. And I have the one from Dunbrook, or I think it's called, no, Dearborn. So I have 3 different principles books. I'm going to go through the 3 principles books and I'm going to pull out the information that's on the state exam. And then I'm going to teach principles for free. You won't get credit, but by watching my classes, you'll be able to pass your exams at the places that you're getting your credits from. So I'm going to do principles. I'm going to do practice. And I think the first other one that's an elective is I'll do escrow, because escrow is easy. Escrow is the easiest elective, and escrow and title have the most information that's on the state exam. Now you could take the law class, but if you take the real estate law class, it has really hard finals. And if you're not going to become a real estate attorney, then don't put yourself through that. If you want to take the finance classes have a lot of stuff on the back end, which is like how they calculate the rates you're getting, what affects the interest rates. And that kind of stuff is very confusing if you're not good with numbers. So that's going to be harder to pass. So the easiest elective would be property management, but then you have to be good with numbers and you're going to have to be good with the trust account. It says you need 70% to pass the salesperson exam. That's hard. No, because for the broker's test, you know what you need? For the brokers, you need 75. And for the MLO one, you need 75. So the real estate one at 70 really isn't that bad. You can miss like 42 questions, you know. So I have lots of stuff that I do. I teach my students how to pass a test without knowing anything about the subject. I teach my students how to be calm when you take a test and what to look for when you're going in to take the test. And I teach them all the stuff that they need to know to analyze the questions that they're getting. So I know there's 13 of you online. What else do you want to know? Because I just came on here to say, yeah, get your real estate license if you have your MLO license, because then if you need to, you know how to help your client both ways. So do you guys have any other questions? Joseph, I promise I'm going to get that shirt out, or I'll meet you halfway. I know. I can go to Temecula and have wine, and I can meet you and give you your shirt, because we used to go to a winery out there. You got to have fun with life, right? Any other questions? All right. So you guys, anytime you want to talk to me or text me, you can call me and ask me questions. This video came about, or this live thing came about, because somebody asked me, why should I get my real estate license if I already have my MLO license? Well, the best reason is this. Oh my gosh. Wait, it says, I saw Sharon on YouTube and I listened to her a couple of videos and liked her and explained it. And dang it, I didn't get to read all of it. Thank you for commenting. Hope the comments are on there. I don't know if I get to read them later. But I'm going to help you pass the real estate test because I know what's on it. And I can help you pass the mortgage test because I know what's on it. And in fact, the girl from the NMLS salesperson is not difficult. The NMLS test is a little more disciplined to study. This is true. Now, if you need help with your NMLS, I do have some locked videos on that. If you're interested, that's free. Whenever I have a locked video and I offer it to you, I will offer it to you for free. And when I do the cram courses are a fair price, and because you pass and you don't have to take a bunch of other courses. So like I said, if you guys have any questions or you want a video done, hey, give me a thumbs up. There's 13 of you. I need some more thumbs up. And I need you guys to subscribe. And I need you guys to do that thing when you get notified. Because if you get notified, which you guys probably already did, you get notified, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. My administrator hates when I say the word free. So I'm going to do it. I don't know how many people will be there. If you say you saw it on YouTube, God, she's going to kill me. The people who were in the very first cram course, yes. The people who are in the very first cram course are going to get this class called I Got My License, What Do I Do? It's going to be a mini version of the 3-hour class. It's going to be an hour class for free called I Got My License, short-term video. I'm going to do it for free, so just watch and learn, because I'm going to tell them when I'm going to do it. It's going to be a Wednesday night or a Thursday night. Let's do Thursday night. It's going to be a Thursday night. If you want to know and you want to ask me questions about shopping for a broker, if you want to know how to get business, because I'm going to lock that video after I do it, because when I teach people how to get business, they go get it. And one of the things you guys got to do is think about this. I'm going to throw the best nugget out there. Here goes. So remember, when you're looking for a broker, you want to find somebody that's involved with their board and that knows what's happening with all the changes. That's number one with looking for a broker. Looking for business. I had a guy, his name was Tyler, and Tyler, if you're there or if you see this, hi. And he called me, and he was really anxious to get his license going. And at a time where my brother was in the hospital. And when my brother was in the hospital, I was in the hospital with him. And so I stayed with him until he passed away. And Tyler couldn't wait for me, so he went and he signed up with another office. So after he signed up with the other office, he called me, and okay, so what you guys have to understand is our company is mainly a mortgage company, so we don't bring on real estate agents, and we don't want to compete with real estate agents. We want real estate agents to bring us loans. So the most business I work with, if I'm not coaching or teaching real estate agents, is doing home loans. Okay, so I want to make that clear. Our real estate office, which is called California Real Estate Experts, that's where we bring somebody in who just got a license, and we nurture them and teach them how to bring in business, how to get business and go out there and get business, and what to do to keep moving forward. Okay. Once we keep you moving forward, if you want to stay with us, you can stay with us. But if you want to go somewhere and get a higher commission, you can do that. So we're here to train real estate agents and make them awesome, and hope that they in turn send us some loans. That would be awesome too. So I'm always trying to help people pass the test, either for your mortgage test or your real estate test, because you know what, there's plenty of business out there for everybody. And somebody asked me if I thought Prep Agent was current. I don't know what he does with his materials. How can we market without paying a fortune? All right, how can you market customers without paying a fortune? Here's the nugget. So I was telling you guys about Tyler, okay? So he said to me, he goes, well, I did go to this other office, and all the agents around there are they're Debbie Downers, okay? Debbie Downers means they're walking around the office going, there's no business, interest rates are high, what are we gonna do? How do we get business? Well, you know, just because a couple of years ago interest rates were at 2% and it was like shooting fish in a barrel, okay, that's one thing. And it's not really that easy anyways. But the thing is I said to Tyler, I said, let me ask you a question. Pay attention to this one closely. Are you telling me that no one's getting married? If you guys like weddings and you like meeting people that are getting married, go and mingle with people at bridal places, okay? Go talk to bridal shops. Go talk to wedding photographers. Ask them if they know if their client's buying a new home because they're getting married. Because people get married all the time, every day. And guess what happens when they get married? They move out of mom and dad's house and they buy a place. Or they move out of that mom and dad's house and they rent a place. As a real estate agent, you can help them find a rental property. Now, let's say that they're living separately and they get married and they want to buy a house together. Well, then see a heart, they want to buy a house together. So they might sell this house and sell this house and buy another house. Or they might rent this house out and need a property manager, and rent this one out and need a property manager, and then rent another one. So there's going to be a couple of transactions whenever somebody gets married. So I told Tyler that. How about that? Getting customers that way. How about this? People, I hate to say this, people die all the time. And when people die, other people sell their houses. Okay? So people die, people get married, people get divorced. Everything that we do in our life affects every other thing that happens in everybody else's life. Thank you for the thumbs up, you guys. If you didn't thumb up, do it again. I know you can only do it once. Or go to my other videos and watch them and thumbs up. Give me some love. So anyway, I hope that I helped you with some of the questions you had tonight. I will try to do this at least once a week, but I will always put in a note, because I guess I can post it like I did tonight. I posted saying I'm going to be on, and then I'll come on after I eat dinner. And if you have something you want me to talk about, just text me, because that's what got me on tonight. Somebody said, should I have my license and my MLO license? I said, absolutely. He said, you need a video like that. So I'll do an actual real video on that. But this was just live so that I can answer your questions. And have a wonderful weekend. If you want to join me in my cram course this weekend, all you got to do is text me 714-745-6348. You can text me and I'll send you where you go to sign up for the class. And like I said, the class is $210. If you've taken another class and you've spent a bunch of money, let me know and we'll see what we can do to help you afford to take our class too. Okay? I look forward to helping you. Have a wonderful weekend.